Hi, and welcome to Kids in Entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Mooskaan Baxi. Today I'm here with Sreedhar Kaluva, the founder and CEO of Unix Solutions of Advanced Technologies in Royal Oak, Michigan. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hello, Mooskaan. Thank you very much for having me.
How are you today?
I am very well.
That's great. So, to start us off, where did you come from?
Well, I came from India, of course. My town that I was born and raised is a small town, not a city. It's not a village, but it's a little bit bigger than a village. But it's a small town.
Sure.
Yes.
And
it is in South India.
Okay. And so what's your background? You're in Unix Solutions, you founder and CEO, so what's your background?
Well, as CEO and founder of Unix Solutions, we are an IT service providers. Predominantly, we create customized software for any business challenge. Primarily, we support and service the businesses. We are a B2B company.
Okay.
So any business owner or business manager, they come up with a business challenge, and we turn that into applying the technology. We turned a solution by using the technology.
And what made you want to start your own company rather than doing something else?
Very good question. Thank you. I've always dreamed of having a business because my dad had business when I was a child.
Yeah. What kind of business?
My dad owned a fertilizer business.
Okay.
Back in India. So he was humble beginnings, and it was quite challenging to bring it up.
Yeah. And you think that him being an entrepreneur helped you to want to be an entrepreneur for yourself?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if that helped me to be an entrepreneur, but it certainly planted a seed for me to be a businessman opposed to working as an employee for somebody else.
And you much prefer being a business owner?
It is indeed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now for over 15 years.
Yeah. What do you love most about it?
I love most about my business is the feeling that I'm able to provide employment to few people, more than just myself.
Okay.
That drives me. And my prayers from the childhood has always been that having an ability to provide a sustainable living for 10 people in my life, which is what I'm very happy about.
That's great. So why specifically IT? Because you can be an entrepreneur in any field. So why did you choose IT?
Very good question. It's not necessarily IT was a target for me.
Okay.
Coming from the university located in a second graded cities in South India, at that time when I was doing engineering, computers was not widely popular, was not really available. They were more or less a luxury. And even my university had probably few computers to play with around. But being an engineer, I was much more curious on this new technology. So my studies was always in electrical and electronics engineering. So when the computers came into the market at the time, but they were already there in India, but in metro cities, they were not available in second graded cities. So I started tinkering with it and got me more curious. That's how I gotten into information technology. Okay, then while I'm in IT, why not I can be an entrepreneur in the IT?
Sure, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be altogether a different industry to be an entrepreneur.
Sure.
So that's how I became entrepreneur in the IT space.
So what led you to open up, you wanted to open your own business for your solution. So why did you choose, I guess, what exactly you were going to do? Because IT is a very wide field.
Which is correct. That is what I was just mentioning to you about. As an IT firm, Unique Solutions, we provide software development services. And how we help the small, mid-sized companies applying the technology to solve their business challenges.
So what would you say to any child or for parents that maybe their child wants to go into entrepreneurship? Do you have any tips for them, any advice? What do you recommend?
Very good question. First of all, I would suggest and encourage the parents not to brainwash the children that they have to go and find a job. So I would suggest the parents to help the children discover their own path, opposed to forcing them to go find a job.
Sure.
Even just the thought, even just the word that you mention to the children, go find a job. You got to find a job. And when you work, when you get a job, these are the words that basically drives the kids that they have no other choice but to find a job.
Sure.
So the limited use of these words will help the children to discover themselves opposed to go finding a job.
Sure. Do you have any advice for any kids who may be struggling? Maybe their parents don't see entrepreneurship as a valid way for a career path. Do you have any advice for those kids who want to do something there?
Certainly, if the children are, if they already discovered that they have interest in being entrepreneur, or if they kind of found themselves doing something business opposed to simply work, or studies, I would encourage them to watch the kids who are already entrepreneurs on YouTube, or find somebody who are entrepreneurs from the childhood. I came across some of the YouTube videos where children of as small as 10 years are entrepreneurs.
That's cool.
Yeah, they are. There are children who are already doing it, and they uncovered their own solution to some common problems and became their own entrepreneurs.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there any last things you want to say? Maybe how entrepreneurship has helped you, your family, maybe with your kids' relationship, like how do you encourage them, etc.? Anything you want to say?
Those are a lot of questions.
Well, it can be anyone. If you want to talk about all of them, just one, whichever one.
Sure, I understand. Those are good questions, though, by the way. Certainly, entrepreneurship helped me to be more confident in my life, as entrepreneurship involves riding the life with high tides and lows. So when you're going up and down in the life, naturally you become much more stronger and much more confident, which helped me to demonstrate my children how they can be more confident in the life, and which also helped me to build a lot more very greater relationship with my children. That's one thing. And second part is your perspectives on any subject, either political or education or environmental, any topic you take, the perspectives of an entrepreneur can be a lot different from the perspective of a common family members. So, or even the perspectives that kids learn from the school.
Sure.
Can be a lot different. So being an entrepreneur, it enabled me to show a different perspective on any political subject or environmental subject to my children than what they are seeing or hearing from the school.
Sure.
I hope I'm answering your question.
Yeah, it's a great answer. To follow up, you mentioned the highs and lows helps you with your confidence. How do you stay positive, or how do you keep your head up when things are getting really rough?
Good question. Certainly, looking up to the fellow entrepreneurs or who are the senior entrepreneurs, those who already took the path, and if you talk to them and if you learn their life, that will help you to be more positive and be more motivated. Entrepreneurship is something that didn't come today. It's been there thousands and thousands of years. So there are millions and millions of leaders are there. You just have to pick one or two who you like, or anybody you come across. Then listen to their story. That gives you goosebumps.
Yeah.
And then you become positive.
That's great.
Naturally.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being on our show, talking all about you, your past, being an entrepreneur, how it's helped you. I've learned a lot, so
I'm glad to hear that.
It's
You
great.
like.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.